Fabrizio Romano on Tottenham's next target in the summer transfer window. Jurgen Klopp has revealed details of the club's most expensive non-transfer. Manchester City have snuck in at the 11th hour to sign an Arsenal target. And a report says talks between Manchester United and Atalanta for Ederson have broken down. Here are your daily Premier League news headlines. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and to another edition of the Daily Premier League News Headlines, where I'll be going through all the latest news, rumours and reports. I'm Lee The Dorset Spur, and if you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. So let's get into it. Here are the main headlines today. Fabrizio Romano on Tottenham Hotspur's next target in the summer transfer window. The main names are Cody Gakpo and Savinho. Savinho is a top target for Tottenham. There are two players that are considered priorities for Tottenham in the winger position. It now depends on the negotiations. Savinho is number 1, number 2 and 3. Tottenham wanted him a year ago. Former Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp has revealed details of the club's most expensive non-transfer when they tried to sign Kylian Mbappe from Monaco in the summer of 2017. All of Europe's top sides were keen on the France international after he announced he wanted to leave the League One side, and Klopp led a delegation to the south of France in a clandestine attempt to persuade the then 18-year-old to move to Anfield. It proved futile, however, as Mbappe subsequently joined Paris Saint-Germain on loan before making the move permanent the following year for £153 million. Leaving 7 years later for Real Madrid as the club's record goal scorer, should I say. The most expensive non-transfer Liverpool invested in. We flew from Blackpool to Nice. In Nice, the entire Mbappe family boarded a private jet with 5 rooms or something, Klopp told Magenta TV, for whom he is working at the World Cup. We really went all out. Then we flew around in a circle, talked to the family, ate good food in the plane. We couldn't be seen. We flew in a circle. It was fantastic. And then he went to Paris. Jeffrey Monger looked set to join Arsenal, but he was keen to join after talks with the Gunners. But such is the rapid nature of the transfer market that Manchester City have snuck in at the 11th hour to sign him for £10 million plus add-ons, a valuation Arsenal were unwilling to pay. It's a steep fee for someone so young, but Monger's potential is just as big. Ever since he made his Premier League debut last year at 15 years and 271 days old, clubs have been watching him. He was so young on his Premier League debut that he was legally not allowed to have Leicester's front of shirt betting sponsor on his jersey. Monger's young age puts him in a good company. He is the 3rd youngest Premier League player ever, behind Arsenal duo Ethan Nwaneri and Max Dowman. No wonder the Gunners were keen on him. And even after a season with Leicester's first team in the Championship that resulted in relegation, the best teams in the land have seen more than enough to see the talent in Monger. Hull City are interested in Lorient midfielder Arthur Avon, but they face competition for his signature. Avon is a target for the Premier League new boys after an impressive 25-26 campaign in League One Lorient. The highly rated Cameroon international was one of the key players helping Lorient finish 10th on their return to France's top flight. Avon, 21, has a year left on his contract and is valued between £8.5 and £10 million. Hull, though, are not the only ones keen on a deal for him. Sky Sports News understand 2 other Premier League clubs, some of Laurent's league rivals and sides in Belgium and Turkey, are also monitoring his situation. Talks between Manchester United and Atalanta for Ederson have broken down, according to Sky in Italy. They are saying Atalanta have been informed United will not finalise the deal after the midfielder had completed his medical. As things stand, Sky in Italy report that Ederson will return to be at the disposal of Atalanta boss Maurizio Sarri. Sky Sports News reported in June that a deal was agreed between United and Atalanta for Ederson for £34 million, €40.5 million, plus £3.8 million, €4.5 million in potential bonuses. Speaking to Sky Sports in Italy after Brazil's World Cup win over Haiti in the group stages, Ederson said, "Certainly everything is almost done. Manchester United have denied that the deal is off." Former Blues manager Rafael Benitez expects clever Xabi Alonso to do well at Chelsea. Alonso, who won 3 trophies, including the Bundesliga during his time at Bayer Leverkusen boss, took over as Chelsea head coach last month. Benitez managed Alonso when the pair were together at Liverpool, where they tasted Champions League success in 2005. "I think Xabi is really clever," Benitez told Sky Sports News reporter Tim Thornton. "He did really well with Leverkusen, and that was a surprise because he was coming from Real Sociedad B. To do what he did at Leverkusen was fantastic. Then going to Real Madrid, we know from experience that is quite complicated. But at the same time, he knows the league, he knows the players, he knows everything around the Premier League. He's clever. I think he's a good coach. Chelsea is not easy, but I think he can do well." So, my thoughts on some of these stories. Well, of course, you can't not talk about the next transfer window for Tottenham Hotspur. And of course, Cody Gakpo and Savinho both being talked about a fair bit in the transfer talks currently. Savinho is one that's been going on a while. And as he says here, he's number 1, number 2 and number 3, as Tottenham wanted him a year ago. So it seems the most likely one to go through, but I guess it just depends on what Manchester City do, what they want, and are Tottenham prepared to pay what they need to pay. It seems that Tottenham are prepared to pay money these days, so you never know. But it looks like if Savinho doesn't come, then Cody Gakpo may well be the next choice after that. But again, depends on what Liverpool want to do, whether the player wants to come, and whether they can really reach a good financial decision. Jurgen Klopp trying to get Kylian Mbappe in 2017. This is quite an interesting story, really, because it just shows you the lengths that that coaches and clubs go to with players to try to negotiate their move around. You know, 18-year-old kid, and they flew him around in a private jet or in a circle to have these negotiations and so on. So you suspect that this was also going on with PSG amongst others. But it just shows you, doesn't it? You know, the lad was playing for Monaco at the time, but these clubs will do whatever they need to do to get the players they want to get, which is again shown in the story of Arsenal thinking that they'd signed Jeremy Monga and it was all set to go and everything else, only for Manchester City to sneak in just at the last minute and pay the £10 million and add-ons and take him away from Arsenal, who were looking to sign the youngster. So it does just show how cutthroat the transfer window can be, and that nothing is settled until you see the player officially holding up the shirt on the official channels for the football clubs. So we kind of look back and think, well, you know, we've seen this for Spurs, haven't we? You know, it's a little bit of karma, I guess, for Arsenal at a lower level, with how the Eze deal went through. Everything was kind of looking good for Spurs to sign the player, only for them to sneak in and steal him. And of course the Morgan Gibbs White one, which we saw how that unfolded after making a deal for him, triggering his transfer number. You know what I'm trying to say. And so it just shows you, until they're holding up the shirt, you can never count on it, can you? So, yeah, interesting. Clubs will do whatever they need to do. So anyway, listen, thanks for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please do like, comment and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. I'm Lee The Dorset Spur. If you'd like to pop over and say hi on my channel, I'd be more than grateful to have you over there. If not, don't worry, I'll see you on the next one. And as always, up the Spurs.